Hi guys, once again, here is one of my new models, brand new, just finished it last night. It's obviously a Space Marine Land Speeder Storm, which I have converted. I saw this when I was trawling through Games Workshop stuff, and I just really like the model. If I collected Space Marines, I'd have a couple of these, because I think that the model itself is absolutely gorgeous. I don't understand why I've not seen it before, but there again, I don't build, like most of you know, I don't build anything much other than orcs. So when I saw this, I fell in love with it. I thought it was an absolutely wonderful model, and I thought to myself, why don't I build an orc version? And that's more or less what I've tried to do. Yeah. I've tried to keep the guys, if you've seen the model itself, and I'll quickly show you it, it's there. I've tried to keep the look of it almost the same. So you've got the driver and obviously a side gunner, driver, side gunner. I like this sticky out bit here, the antenna array. I think someone told me, or a sensor or something. But I turned it into a gun, obviously, because it's orky. You've got a guy stood here on the side of the thing, on the side of the storm, speeder storm. I can't even say it. Land speeder, and obviously I've done like an orc there as well. And guy with a sword in his hand there, guy with a sword in his hand there. The problem with this one is it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Marine Scouts in it. To fit 6 orcs in this was a near on impossibility. It was really, I struggled to get this many in there, even though there is I made a little bit of a space here. I was going to have another orc stood up here, but oh my god, I could not get that orc in there at all. It was near on impossible. So that's it there, guys. So back to my model. Yeah, this is now in. Every time I build a model, I say, yeah, it's in my top 5. But yeah, this is in my top 5. There are some other photographs of this, a bit better quality. Not so dark, on YouTube, so go and have a look at them, guys. Right then, so what did I do then? Well, the first thing I did was I built the body without any of the orkiness on it. I just built it as it was out of the box, and then I started fitting my orcs. This orc here is from the truck model. So one of my truck models is without a driver. I'm drinking tea while I'm talking to you guys, so just bear with me. So yeah, he's from the truck model. Now, all these guys, they're not glued in, they all come out, but I'm not going to pull it out. But what I had to do was, see where his foot is going in here, I had to trim that foot down and get him in. He's still sat on his seat, but you can hardly see that. And I had to make like a little bit of a steering wheel thing going on here, and I got rid of the head that's on there. Stuck my own head on from the boys' collection. The next figure I built was this one here. This comes out really easy, so I will take this one out. The shooter, the big shooter, is again, it's a pistol, and I've just adapted it with plastic card, bit of tubing and stuff, and added some Games Workshop bits and bobs to give it more of a professional model look that I sometimes struggle to achieve with plastic card. So like I put a gun sight on it there, some bullets in here, and that's it. Oh, there's a sensor array, look. So I used bits and I still use bits and bobs. So what I did was I got him sat in there. I built the figure as he was sat in there, and then I built everything else around him. So where his foot rests there, I built that last. So I moved that up to his footrest, so it looks like it's been there all the time. That's little sneaky tips for you. That's what I did. So I built that last, and the gun itself, the way it sits in there on the bar, it's quite hard to see on this. I'm trying my hardest to show you guys. I made the bracket at the end, so I just looked at where it was sat and then just made the bracket. Right, the next guy I built was this one here. Now I'm not going to take him off because he is pinned, and it is a bit awkward to get him on there. I still don't think I've got him sat right on there. Oh, one of my other figures has fell off, but we'll come to him in a minute. So yeah, I put the legs down first, got them in a position that I liked. And then I got the body, and I sat the body down, and I thought, yeah, that sits roughly right. It's upright. Then I did the gun, put the gun on. The arm I did last, and I'll tell you why in a second. So I did the gun arm and then the head. So I got the head sat down. Then I made the berry out of green stuff, and then I made this bracket here. So it looks like the gun. He's resting the gun on the bracket, and he's resting his head on the gun. So he's just sat there in a chilled out position. So once I was all happy with the way he was sat, I stuck this magazine down here so it looks like his foot is actually on something, but for some reason it's not even touching it now. Anyway, and then I did put this arm on here. Now all I did with this arm was I cut the wrist here with my micro saw, spun the hand around, stuck the arm down first, and then stuck the hand on there. So the hand is actually the opposite way around to how you normally find it. Normally the hand is underneath the gun holding the gun. So this time it's on top of the gun. And I absolutely love the way this figure is. It's just, I'm ex-army guys. Some of you probably don't know that. And when we sit in choppers and stuff, when we were flying around Northern Ireland and Iraq and that, this is exactly how we used to sit in the choppers, waiting to disembark from them and stuff like that. So that's how I imagined it. This is like one of the little gazelles or a puma. Well, maybe not a puma, gazelle or a lynx, and this is them flying around the battlefield in that. And I really love the way this guy turned out. Right, so the next one then. This guy is actually on the seat. Inside. I'm really sorry, guys. It's quite dark. Hopefully it'll turn out alright. So this guy is here, sat in the seat, and this is the guy with the sword, the same guy on the box. And I really wanted this guy to look as close to as the box as I could, but I didn't want him standing up because I wanted to keep this model looking really streamlined. If you look at the profile there, it's quite streamlined. Okay, if that makes sense to you. So it's quite flat. So I kept him inside the vehicle. Okay, give him some webbing and stuff on, and he sits quite comfortably there. So he's got his foot jammed into this seat there, and it looks pretty cool from that point of view. And that was how I was going to leave it. Cup of tea. Hang on a sec. So that is how I was going to leave it. So I started building everything else, and I built the engine. Believe it or not, guys, this is from a kid's yogurt thing. It's the lid of a yogurt pot thing, and they just screw off. I've not got one at hand on my desk. I did have, so I can't show you. Like that. Here we go. So there you go. That's the engine there, guys. Okay. All I've done to it is a bit of writing on there. It says patent pending. So I just scraped it off as best I could with my modelling knife, dug it out a bit, and stuck a bit of plate armour on it to get rid of it. So that's what that is. Alright. I always look around the household for things to use. So I built the engine up. All I did was... sorry guys. Oh, wrong in it. The back of the engine here... Alright, that's the screw bit what screws in. What I did is filled that full with milliput and flush. Okay, and then what I did was I put some flat sandpaper down on the ground and I just rubbed it like that until it was completely flat, and then glued some plastic card onto the here. Okay, some quite thick plastic card, so it had a bit of a rim on it. Alright, and then I glued that onto the model, and then what I did then was I built up all the bits of plastic card around here to make it look like it's been welded and bolted onto the back, and that's how I did that, and it turned out really good. These are from the truck model. Obviously you only get one side for the truck model, but I've got two sides here. How did I achieve that? Well, all I did was made a simple cut there, turned the thing completely around so it was opposite to that, glued it, give it a little bit of a file down to make it all nice and smooth. Once it had dried, that was 24 hours later, and then I glued it on, and it gives me some lovely looking exhausts on the back. I did originally on the work in progress models, you'll see I had these like little things on the back that sit like that. They're like the exhaust outlet thing on them, like that, and I really didn't like them. It just didn't look right. In my opinion, it didn't look right. And end of the day, this is my model, so I took them off. And it also, in the work in progress video, you'll see that I made some little missiles that sat on the end of the wings. I didn't like them, and what happened was I ended up breaking one of them by accident during the painting stage, and I couldn't glue it back together again. And then I thought, do you know what? I actually don't want them on there, so I broke them off, and hence why you've still got a little bit of a stem on there still. But end of the day, it's just another ramshackled little looking bit of the model itself. Okay, so once I did all the body work, I was looking at it, and I've done lots of little tiny bits of detail, like inside here, like on the original model, there's pistols sat behind the driver's and the gunner's seat. So what I did was I made pistols, stuck them behind the driver's and gunner's seat. Inside here, there's like rifles stuck to the walls. So I had to get my Dremel and drill them out. And on this one here, you can hardly see it, but I've put a weapon inside here, a backup weapon. There's grenades. There's all sorts of crap going on here. One of them shotgun things there, look. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. So I got to this stage and I thought, do you know what? It needs something else. So I made this guy here, and this was the last part of the model I made. And I'll try and show you it. It's, again, I positioned his lower half of his body first, then built his upper half, and then did the rest with the gun and the head. I was going to do a berry with him, but then I thought, do you know what? No, I'm not, because I've got two guys with helmets, two guys with berries, and one guy without anything. And I thought it looked pretty good. Really, if I think about it now, what I should have done is done all 5 with berries, and I think that would have set this whole model off as like a little commando type attack team thing, whatever you want to call it. With this guy then, this is the stick arm, do you know, the stick bomb arm. So I used that arm, cut the hand off, and I used this hand from the boys pack. This is part of the shooter guy, and I cut the hand off at the wrist where the glove starts, so you can't see the join. Twisted it round, had it sat right, so now it looks like he's just clinging on there, and I think that works really well. Yeah, really well. No, that's my phone, really sorry, I'll be the wife. So there you go guys, that's my Land Speeder Storm conversion WAS style. I've no name for it, I can't think of any name for it. So, and the last thing I'm going to show you before we run out of time is the base. It's just a normal base you get with it, and I've just elaborated it, made it a bit more like a scenery, a little bit of a diorama going on. Right guys, hope you like it. That's it. I'm going to leave you there, and it also lands. Look cool, isn't it? See you later.